here. Just thought I'd do a quick unboxing of my new tool. So as you can see, I have bought myself a new router. I got the Dewalt one. If you're following my current guitar build, I've just got up to the stage where I need to route out the pickup areas and also the cavities at the back of the body as well. Now, while I was practicing with some old wood, my current router is just too wobbly. It's just not very well made. It is a cheaper model that I picked up quite a long time ago. So I thought before I started, I would get myself a proper router, get some proper templates, and I will make my own template that I can use time and time again. So let's get this box open and take a quick look. Excellent, so there we have it. Let's just check all the parts are in here. Looks great. So this is, I believe the model is the 26200 in Europe and the UK for the 220 volt version. I think the US model might be called a DWP611, but I believe it's the same device, just for different regions of the world. So this particular box set, I believe, is the 26204, and that comes with the plunge attachment. As you can see, it's already attached to the router, but it also comes with the sort of handheld straight edge attachment as well. So this is all looking good. Let's take it out and take a closer look. So here it is in all its glory. It actually looks really good. It's a lot more solid than my previous router. I believe we should be able to undo the latch at the back, and then the unit should slide out. So that's the unit on its own. A covered on-off switch and a variable speed setting. I believe it's 16,000 to 27,000 RPM. Obviously, the RPM speed setting is important depending on the size of the router bit that you use. So for the larger router bits, you'd use a lower speed, and for the thinner, smaller ones, you can use a higher speed, because the relative speed of the circumference of the bit will then be the same. So this looks really good. That just slots in like that, locks into place. We have the lever for the plunge setting. Excellent. So I'm really happy so far with the feel and the quality of it. It looks pretty good. I like the bump stop. It's much more heavy duty than my old device. Yeah. So the next thing to do is let's give this a test. So the way I'm going to test it, I've bought myself some proper pickup cavity templates. Hopefully you can see that. But rather than use these and risk damaging them with the router bit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a single wooden template using these that I can just put on the body of the guitar and route in one go. And then if I make any mistakes on the wooden template, I can always remake them, and these will stay good and fresh, so they don't get all scored and sort of nasty looking. So let's crack on with that. Let's get a piece of wood, let's start doing some measurements, and we'll give this new router a good test. So I'm just in the process of attaching the Hoover attachment to the plunge base. Just reading the instructions, basically you just clip this in. It's quite obvious, the tabs where you have to slide it into the base, just in there. And then you have to attach it with one of the thumb screws and a plastic washer. In the manual, it actually gives different letter names to the different components as you put them together. So I was just having a look. It does give me 5 thumb screws. Obviously 4 of them are for the parallel rails to make sure it can slide straight, and one of them is to attach this Hoover attachment to it, or vacuum cleaner attachment. But just looking at these thumb screws, they are all the same, so it shouldn't make any difference which one I use. So I'll just take one of these plastic washers, according to the instructions, put it on there, and then I screw this in. Now I'm just going to check the manual just to make sure that is correct, but that seems to be all it is to attach the vacuum cleaner attachment to it. So let's get that screwed on, and I'll double check the manual just to make sure that's all I have to do, and then we'll go from there. Excellent, so that all fits correctly, it feels solid, everything looks good. So the next step is to get my template, draw it out on a nice piece of wood, and then let's test this device out and see how it cuts. So I've already run a quick test and it works really well. So this router, I'm really pleased with it. What I'm doing is I'm just making this extra template still. So what I'll do is I'll keep the cameras running and I'll just show you how I'm doing it. So all I did for the humbucker, to stick the actual original template down, I actually just used double-sided carpet tape. And I'll do the same on this one. You just need a very thin strip on each edge because it's really sticky stuff. Line it up and stick it down. So let me do that now, and then we can cut this out. Excellent, so as you can see here, that worked perfectly. So I'm really happy with that. It's a really good template to carry on with the guitar. What I might actually do here is just cut the tremolo bridge piece out as well. So I'll do that off camera, but hopefully you liked the new tool. It's working really well. I'm really pleased with it. It's worked perfectly here. I know this is going to be a lot more accurate than my previous router, so it's a good purchase and it should see me through quite a few guitar builds. So with that, I'll catch you next time.